dash lights on your Chrysler Aspen or Dodge Durango lit up like a Christmas tree, your ABS, your traction control, other lights like that? There is a fix for it, and we're going to take out the ABS module. Here's how we're going to do it. Are the dash lights on your Chrysler Aspen or Dodge Durango lit up like a Christmas tree, your ABS, your traction control, other lights like that? There is a fix for it, and we're going to take out the ABS module. Here's how we're going to do it. Working on the 2009 Chrysler Aspen. It's got a Hemi, and I'm going to repair the ABS brake module. See it right there. I'm going to jack up the car, and then that way the wheel will lower and I have access to that hole there. I don't have to take the wheel off. You can if you want to, but I'm just going to raise it up and access it. So on this truck, ABS module is right there. You have to disconnect a couple of harnesses, and then there are 4 bolts or screws that you have to take off, and they come off from the driver's side wheel well. But before you do any kind of disconnecting of cables and harnesses, I like to take off the battery post. That way I don't have anything live. And I'm lifting the car up, like I said, so I get a little more clearance. I put a 4x4 block under there, lifting on the frame. So make sure you're practicing safe procedures. And by raising it up to its full before the wheel lifts off, I have access to the screws. That's one of them. These take an E-socket. It's like having a Torx head socket, 1/4-inch drive sockets. So there's 4 of those. There, and then 1 on each side up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send this ABS module off to a company that's on that online auction site, and they say in a week I can have it back rebuilt. Let's see how it goes. Well, you can guess where I got these, and I'm not sponsored by them, but this is what the E socket looks like. Looks like a Torx head, but it's a socket. Goes on a 1/4-inch ratchet. And for my truck, and most likely others, this is the E5 socket. And this repair is going to work on Dodge Durangos of the same years, maybe some of the trucks the same years. The placement of the ABS module will vary, but in essence it's the same. Basically, we're taking off the part with the plastic box away from the ABS system, and then I'll disconnect the harness once it's easier to reach. As you can see in this video right here, the screws on the top, you can reach them from the top. The ones on the bottom, obviously from above the wheel. It's a tight fit back here, but you can see and reach it, at least on this Chrysler Aspen. When you pull the screw out, it's a long screw, a couple inches. But now that black part right here is, you pull that directly away from the aluminum part here. So where this barcode is, that goes away. You pull it directly out. There's plungers on there, and they seat against the module. So hopefully you can see this. I'm just pulling it straight towards me, not wiggling or twisting, or just being careful. Things are spring loaded under there. See what it looks like and how I pulled that apart. And then so now on this harness, there's a portion that flips up that releases the cable. So Can't really show you while I'm doing it, but that's what it looks like separated. I'll get a better picture for you. So down there is the computer. Right there is the harness. You can see it to the side. It has a little lever that you flip up towards the top that releases the harness from the module. To release the harness, there's a little tab you press right there. You press that down and then that lever will flip up. I can't do them both and video it for you, but that's how you do it. Once that tab is pressed, then you just rotate that arm up. See, you rotate this part up. And then now you pull the harness away from the module. And again, I'm going to have two hands. That lever has to go all the way up for it to release the mechanism. So it's now free. There's the car side of the ABS. There's the harness. And here's the module itself. So I can see some of the contacts in there look like they got hot. So I'm going to send this off to the person on eBay, and I got to send it by postal service, and supposedly I'll get it back in a week. What they do is they separate these halves and fix the circuit boards and things underneath it and the contacts. You can't buy these parts anymore for these cars, and if you might get one out of a junkyard, that's bad, but in this bright light you can see several of the contacts look like they got hot. So we'll see what they can do. If you found any of this useful, please like, subscribe, and check back with me for part 2 of this video. Thanks for watching this. Also check out my Instagram.